Hello, welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss the last two design problems. The first one is user operations and second one is spell checking and hypenation. So in the previous videos, we discussed some of the problems that are maximum problems which occurs in the document structure whenever the document editor is going on or whenever we are working on the document editor, like document structure, formatting, supporting multiple look and feel standards by using two embellishments and by supporting multiple window systems. In that case, those are all also common problems which occurred, which are faced by the users when they are working on the particular document structure. And here, this problem defines user operations. Whenever the user performs some operations on the document editor, like opening a file, creating a file, writing a content into the file, or reading the content from the file, in that case, we'll define this user operation that defines by the user. If there is any problem rises in that cases, we'll go for this user operations problem. So here we'll define, this is one of the design problem, and here there is a requirements which performs. The Lexi provides different user interfaces for the operations is supported, and these operations are implemented in many different classes, and Lexi supports undo and redo. So what I told, generally creating a file or write operation, read operation, that all performs by the user. So undo operation, which undoes whatever the deleted will perform the undo operation, that then it resets the back. So and also redo operations like that. And the challenge, what is the challenge, is to come up with a simple and extensible mechanism that satisfies all of these needs. These are all the main user operations which performs by the user, and these are all the requirements. If there is any problem rises in that user operations, so then such type of problem exemptions can be performed by the user. So user only should perform such type of operations, and also problems also arises in that type of operation. So here we perform the encapsulating a request. We could parameterize menu item. Here I am taking the menu item with function to call, but that's not a complete solution. It doesn't address the undo and redo problem. It is hard to associate state with a function. Functions are hard to extend, and it is hard to reuse part of them. We should parameterize menu items with an object, but not a function. So this defines every request should be encapsulated with a menu item. In a menu item, all the functions should be carried and each and every function should be called. So then after calling this function, after performing open file and after call, that is a function call. And again, first creating a file, then opening a file, then writing a file, then reading a file, then saving a file and closing that file. So this is the format we have to follow. So then that is a perfect order, perfect solution which doesn't occur this type of problem. Whenever all these operations can be performed in menu item, then that request can be encapsulated and performed in the sequence way. So this is the one of the way to define that solution, to find out solution for this type of problem, like which performed by the user operations. Next, coming to the here, what the classes we are using. The main class, what is the main class and what are the subclasses? Here the main class is command class and the subclasses is here we use the command class and subclasses. The command abstract class consists of a single abstract operation called execute. Command will, what the command you will use, like for a copying and for pasting, we'll define the command control C and control V. So by basing on this command, we'll execute that action. So that's why this command class will be totally fine to define such type of problem. So next, here I already told that I am taking the menu item, can store a command object that encapsulate a request. Who request, which request means who user passes such type of request to open the file, to copy the content, to paste the content, whatever. So copy is a command, paste is a command, can also be stored in the menu item. So whenever a user choose a particular menu item, the menu item simply calls execute on its command object to carry out the request. In that case, the user choose a particular menu item to perform all the functions, all the commands that presents in the menu item. So that's why command has subclasses which is need to be executed. So we'll see the class hierarchy for commands and subclasses. So what I discussed, I discussed like copy and paste, but here there is some of the extra commands which defines the paste command, font command, save command and quit command. So before that, the main command is the main abstract class which you need to follow. So this is the paste command, font command, save command and quit command. So automatically the operation is nothing but execute operation. So, and this is the menu item relationship. I told that menu item is a group of combination of all menus, all commands which need to be executed. So glyph is a totally abstract class for every object structure, and menu item I am taking here menu item to solve such type of user operation problem. And here we are using the main method is command and also pattern is command. Also menu item, the operation is click, command, the operation is execute. Next coming to the last problem, coming to the last 7th problem, spell checking and hypenation. So spell checking, it is nothing but a goals. So here in this spell checking, we defines the goals, analyze text for spelling errors, introduce potential hypenation sites. So spell checking, the name itself defines the misspelled words, checking the misspelled words. The main goal of this problem is analyzing text for spelling errors and introduce potential hypenation points. And also there is some of the conditions or nothing but constraints or forces. It supports multiple algorithms. Don't tightly couple algorithms with document structure. So these are also some of the constraints, conditions to be followed. And here is the solution to solve such type of problem is nothing but traversals. Traversal means you all know well known about that pre-order traversal and post-order traversal. For that traversal, there is a encapsulating request. Sorry, encapsulating traversals. So here we use the spell checking and hypenation of the two design problems, separate design problems. Spell checking is one design problem and hypenation is another design problem. Here we are using the iterator for traversal. Traversal means moving from one character to the another character. That is the spell checking. For spell checking, the pattern we are using is iterator. It encapsulates a traversal algorithm without exposing representation details to callers. Uses glyphs child enumeration operation. This is example of pre-order iterator. So this is the structure which defines the aggregate objects. In that create iterator is a operation, and from that is acts as a main class, and subclass is concrete iterator, and here concrete iterator and concrete iterator. Next coming to the visitor. So in the visitor, this visitor pattern is used to hypenation points. So hypenation is nothing but a visitor point. Between hypen is used between two or more variables or two or more words, whatever. So that hypen is nothing but visitor between those two variables. So that's in that case, if the problem rises, it is a hypenation point problem. And to solve such type of problem, the supported pattern is visitor pattern. It defines actions at each step of traversal. It avoids writing actions into glyphs. Iterator calls glyphs accept or visitor at each node. For example, accept calls back on visitor, a form of static polymorphism based on method overloading by type. Here I am using the main class as a visitor class, which defines the two operations, visit concrete element 1 and concrete element 2, and the subclass is concrete visitor. So this is about structure of visitor pattern which is used to solve the problems, hypenation problem. And this is about the user operations and hypenation, spell checking and hypenation problem. And this is the end of unit 2 first part, design problems. Total we have 7 design problems, and this video ends with design problems. And the next video, coming video, will start with the patterns, related patterns like creational patterns. So hope you all understood about this design problem. So this is about 7 design problems, and thank you very much.